Well, a multi-city hunt to nab Shankar Mishra, the man who urinated on an elderly co-passenger, is underway. India today has tracked down Shankar's father. But when questioned, he was defensive of his son's obnoxious actions on board that Air India flight. Joining us right now is Sugata Bhattacharjee. He is Shankar Mishra's co-passenger on that particular flight when this horrific incident happened. I'm thanking you so much for joining us and for your time. I really appreciated, Mr. Bhattacharjee. I want to begin by asking you, what really happened there? You were sitting with this man, Shankar Mishra. Was he downing drink after drink? What was going on at that point in time?
Sneha, thank you for having me. I'll be brief. The flight took off and we were having lunch, and he was having quite a bit of close to 4 drinks, and we were having a conversation. And by the end of the lunch, what happened was he was asking me the same question, like about my kids and family, which I had answered. So when I finished my lunch, I went to the galley and I told one of the male steward who was serving the drink that, I think he has had enough. And then I went to sleep, and I suddenly woke up and I saw him falling on his seat. So I thought, maybe he is a little tipsy, there's turbulence going on. So I go back to use the restroom, the lavatory, and I see this lady in the galley, and she had, she was wet with I didn't know it was urine till she told me, and then the whole ordeal started.
So did you see this man urinating on the 70-year-old elderly woman passenger, sir?
No, but I was there when she was being cleaned.
Okay.
By the two air hostesses, young. They were like much junior, and 2 of them. Rebecca is one of them. I forgot the name of the other, and they wore gloves. They cleaned her up. Her whole body was reeking of urine. We helped her. She took off her clothes. It was put on a bag. In fact, Shankar took the bag, telling that he would dry clean it and send it back to her.
This is terrible. I want to ask you, Mr. Bhattacharjee, you did say that you alerted one of the crew members that this man has had enough. So hold it. Don't give him any more alcohol to drink. Did they stop after that?
See, hindsight, everything is 20/20. Usually the profile or the clientele of India to US, so India, New York, traffic is not that hostile, or typically most of the passengers sleep. It's a long flight. So, there's not much of rowdiness going on. I alerted it. I don't, but, I don't know. He may have had another or couple after that. But he had enough that I could tell that he was drunk. He was just repeating the same thing, which he had asked me. And I did alert to one of the young guy that just cut him off. He had enough. That's it.
Sir, also, the woman passenger who was the victim in this, was she visibly distraught? What were the scenes like at that point in time, if you were to describe it to us?
Absolutely. And, I'm not here to to do a media trial on Shankar. Let the land of the law take its own course. The problem I had was, and the complaint that I wrote was that it took almost 2 hours for the captain to take the call to give her a decent, clean seat. There were 4 first-class seats available. You have a passenger traveling in business class, and who has had this incidents. First you do is you make sure she goes and she's somewhere where she can sit. Instead, they put on, she had to use the same seat. They put multiple blankets, and then only finally after some time, 1 crew seat was available, and they gave the crew seat.
Did anybody, sir, question this? Did you or any of the other passengers who were there question this?
I did. Well, I don't care about other passengers. I don't know. I was there, and not only did I question it, I wrote a complaint. And fortunately, I had taken a photo of what I have written to them. I did I wrote a 2-page complaint saying that it was a poor judgment call by the captain. Because what happened was, in this kind of long flight, they have two sets of crews. So the PIC, who is known as the pilot in command, had done his hours and he had gone to rest. So when I went to the senior stewardess and I said, please take her to first, what she said is, well, you know, the PIC is resting till the PIC wakes up. I cannot change her seat. And that is not correct because, you know, even she herself should have the authority as being the senior-most purser or the senior-most stewardess, or the pilot who was at that time commanding the aircraft should make that call. And that is my problem. That was the, you know, it is about taking accountability. Nobody took accountability.